gone for a week plus. Would that be helpful?
Yes. You know my answer to that, but I think I'm going to be overruled this time.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, I brought it with me because I had a feeling that a lot of people would probably appreciate a quick review.
Democracy's going to reign today.
Sure will. Majority rules.
Okay, so let's do it quickly so that we can move on to some other practice as well. We have a projector yet. I turned it on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's starting. Okay.
You don't have the English word on the opposite side of that card, do you?
No, I do not.
That would be much more challenging.
That would be more challenging, wouldn't it? That's an interesting idea.
It's one thing to recall the English word, because I know the English word.
Right.
It's hard to recall the Japanese.
Right, yeah, I think the reason I had it printed up this way was because of the reading practice aspect. So,
Familiarizing us with what it looks like as well.
yeah. So, well, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I will do that for some future semester. But right now, this is what I have. So let's practice. So let's go ahead and have everybody say it in Japanese first and then the English meaning. So,
Zen.
which means?
Not at all.
Not at all. Hey.
Not often?
Not often, or rarely, or not usually, something like that.
Okiru.
Okiru.
Which is
To get up.
to get out, yes.
Go.
Sometimes.
About.
About.
At about.
Approximate.
Is that only with time, or is that with anything?
Jujigoro.
Not that I can think of another way that you'd use
Yeah,
that word.
it's just for time.
It's just for time?
There's actually a different word that is for approximate duration of time. This one is specifically about clock time. Like
Got it.
about 2 o'clock.
Not like
As
about
not
30
about
minutes
2
long.
hours.
Cool.
Right. The 2 hours concept is one that will come up later. Right? I think everyone knows what
Which
that
means?
What do you want?
Miru.
Which means?
To sleep?
No, not to
No.
sleep.
To see.
To see, thank you.
Like
And it conjugates to?
Mimasen.
Mimasen. Right, mimasen, thank you. Right, what it sounds like, right?
Water.
Water.
Right.
Drinking water.
Or water in general. Yes.
Taberu.
Right, taberu, to eat, and it conjugates to?
Taberu.
Right,
Maiban.
Every night.
Every night.
right.
Yeah. Home.
Right.
Not home, Jake. Not home.
Yomu.
Yomu means
To read.
To read.
to read, and it conjugates?
Yomimasen.
Right. But,
Devil.
dental, but, right?
Breakfast.
Asagohan, breakfast, right?
My house.
Uchi, my house, we're reading the Japanese first and then the English.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Early.
Hey, fast.
Right? Or
Early.
early,
Early.
yes.
Oh.
It's both meanings, but I think this chapter they're teaching you early because they're talking about waking up and things like that. And they're actually 2 different kanji, believe it or not. What do you want?
Matsu.
which means Shumatsu. Anybody? Weekend. Hi. Shu means week. Matsu means end. Sashi. Magazine. Hi. Toyobi is Saturday. Hi. To return. And it conjugates. Hi. Asa. Morning. Hi. Good. Hi. Often. Hi. Anybody? When? Hi. Itsu desu ka? When is it?
Today.
Today. Hi.
Yogi is sometimes.
Hi. Kohi. Hi.
Dinner,
Dinner.
evening meal.
Dinner. Hi.
To do.
Shimasen. Hi.
Ongaku.
Ongaku is.
Music.
Hi.
Gakko.
Gakko is school. Hi. Yes. Sleep. And it's.
Nemasen.
Hi.
Ichiman.
Hi.
Sen.
Hi.
Ju.
Ju. Hi. Roku what? Rokuji. Hi.
Sanzen.
Sanzen. Hi.
Yodo.
Hi.
Yoji.
Yoji. Hi.
Go.
Go. Hi.
Iji.
Ji. Hi. Gakuen. Hi. Ju.
Sanji.
Sanji. Hi.
Hasan.
Hassan. Hi. Hi.
Hachiji.
Hachiji. Hi.
Ropyaku.
Ropyaku. Hi. Juman. Hi. Hachi. Hi.
Ichi.
Hi.
San.
Samyaku. Hi.
Goji.
Goji. Hi. Kakuman. Hi.
Hapyaku.
Hapyaku. Hi. Shichiji. Hi. Kyaku. Hi. Shichi or nana. Hi.
San.
San. Hi.
Juji.
Juji. Hi.
Kuji.
Kuji. Thank you. Kuji. Pronunciation. Hi.
Roku.
Hi. これは何ですか？はい、日曜日 means Sunday。はい。映画、movie。はい。どうですか？ How is it? How is it? どうですか？はい。テレビ。はい、テレビ。Everyone knows that one, right?
Iku.
Good.
To go.
And it conjugates.
行きます。
はい。
そうですね。
そうですね。That is the case. That's true. はい。
Nomu.
Nomu is
Drink.
drink. And conjugates.
飲みます。
はい。飲みます。飲みません。
昼ご飯。
Lunch. はい。
今晩。
Tonight. Tonight. はい。Haite is anybody? Usually. Taipei. はい。
tomorrow.
tomorrow. はい。
勉強する study.
はい。and it conjugates 勉強します。勉強しません。はい。これは
お酒。
お酒。
酒
Yes.
アルコール
はい。
毎日 every day
はい。来る、来ます、来ません and it means
Come.
come. はい。26 should be obvious.
Hamburger.
Hopefully that's obvious.
話す。
to speak
はい。
話します
はい。
ちょっと
はい。
デート
はい。
聞く to hear
To listen.
To listen. Yeah. Okay. And
来ます。来ません。
聞きません
Or
聞きま。
聞きますす。
聞きません。Make sure you're not confusing kiku with kuru when you conjugate them.
Right.
Kuru, 来ます、来ません。聞く、聞きます、聞きません。Very important distinction there. いいですか？
はい
Okay. 次。じゃあ、練習しましょう。Okay, so 日曜日に図書館で勉強しませんか? So my bookmark is saying that we finished 99ページ part B. Is that correct?
Yes.
はい。Okay. So the next segment, 毎日本を読みます。Okay, so we're finally getting to work our frequency adverbs into our sentences. Okay, we've talked about time and days of the week in sentences. We've put direct objects and locations in sentences. Now we're getting to talk about how often you do certain things or go certain places. Okay, so let's see. Maiko-san, Tori-san, let's have you guys read the example.
Part.
The part 4 at the bottom of the page there. So you get to read the question. He's going to give us 2 example answers for that example.
本を読みます。
読みますか?
よく読みません。
よく
Or
読み
読みます。
はい、or
いえ、あまりno,
yeah.
よ見ません。
Okay, so let's analyze that real quick. So 本を読みますか? What's it asking? Do you read books? Okay, so this is a habit kind of question, right? It's asking about your habitual activities. Do you read books? So if you read a lot of books, you can say, よく読みます. Yeah, I read a lot. I read often, right? よく読みます. If you rarely read books, いえ、あまり読みません. Okay? If you want to specify that you don't read books much, maybe you read other things but just not books, you can put the hon o in one of 2 places, either before or after the amari. Okay, so you can say, いえ、あまり本を読みません. Or you can say, いえ、本をあまり読みません. So the frequency adverb can go in either of those 2 spots, before or after the noun plus particle. Does that make sense? Okay. But if you don't want to specify it, you don't have to, since it's already implied from the question. So, Kodi-san, you get to ask the first question.
スポーツをしますか？
スポーツを No, sorry. スポーツをあまりしません。
Shimasen. There you go. So please note that if you're using amari or zenzen, what kind of verb does it have to be? A masen ending, a negative ending. That's what that's talking about on the flashcard where it says amari plus negative, zenzen plus negative. That's how you use those. So if sports o shimasu ka, if the answer is no, I don't play a lot of sports, iie, スポーツをあまりしません。わかりますか？はい。じゃあ2番お願いします。
雑誌を読みません。
読み
ますか。
読みますか？ So the pronunciation on this, even though it's spelled masu,
Yes.
the u doesn't get fully pronounced. So it's 読みますか？雑誌を読みますか？
時々読みます。
はい、いいですね。じゃあ3番お願いします。
図書館に行きますか？時々行きますか？ Sorry, 行きます。
はい、時々行きます。That works. はい、4番どうぞ。
映画を見ますか？
What's 映画 Who remembers? Movie. はい。映画を見ますか？
映画見ます。
Okay, can you put a frequency adverb in there?
Oh.
Tokidoki means sometimes, yoku means often, mainichi means every day. So you can choose which one.
時々見ます。
はい。So you can say, 時々見ます。いいですね。じゃあ次。
コーヒーを飲みますか？
いいえ、全然飲みません。
はい、全然飲みません。いいですね。Any questions about that one? じゃあ6番どうぞ。
日本の音楽を聴きますか？
よく聞きます。
はい、いいですね。じゃあ7番どうぞ。
朝ごはんを食べません。食べますか？
毎日。
毎日食べます。
はい、いいですね。じゃあ、before we move on to the next exercise, let's let the people who haven't gone yet ask and answer questions they make up themselves. So you get to come up with whatever question you want to ask Julie using this kind of structure.
Man, I'm just gonna say I'm still recovering from the spring break, so I'm gonna need some help here.
Okay, so Caitlin's gonna ask Julie a question using this same basic structure. Okay, if you want to repeat one that's already been done and just vary it slightly, that's okay too.
日本語をします。
Do you mean 勉強しますか? Do you study Japanese? Is that what you meant to say? Or do you speak Japanese? Hanashimasu ka?
話します。
はい。日本語
はい、日本語を話しません。
話しますか？
Wow, I can do this.
はい。はい、いいですね。時々話します。Okay, いいですね。Okay, so can you come up with a question? Okay, you can take one of the existing ones and just change out a vocabulary word. Good.
Ask her who drinks alcohol often.
Right. You,
Yeah.
you,
Your kid.
you
Mike.
can ask me.
Right now.
Watch is mimas.
テレビを見ますか？
There you go. Terebi o mimasu ka is asking. Terebi means,
TV.
right? Mimasu ka, do you watch?
Do you watch?
So terebi o mimasu ka. So how would you put together an answer using the pattern that they've given you here?
Just say hi.
You can say hai, and then a frequency adverb, mimasu.
Okay. Hi. Give me a sec. I'll figure this out eventually.
They gave you the frequency adverbs to use right here in this little box next to the exercise we were doing. Tokidoki? Okay, sometimes?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Hi,
So-
it's trilogy.
Mimasu.
Yes.
Okay, so hai tokidoki mimasu. Go ahead.
Hi. Tokidoki.
Tokidoki
Hi. Tokidoki mimasu.
mimasu. Mimasu, not mimasu.
Mimasu.
Mimasu. Hai. Okay, can you
Okay.
ask a question?
Uh,
You can read one of the ones that's there in the book.
Can we come back to this after I've had a second to look through it again and catch up?
I'll ask Michael a question.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. So, let's see. Hamburgerを食べますか? Hi. So, 時々食べます. Hi. わかりますか? Any questions about how to do those sentences? Is everybody understanding how to incorporate frequency adverbs into sentences?
Before or after?
Yes. So, before we go on any further, are there questions remaining about any of the structures we've been dealing with in this chapter? はい、どうぞ。
When using the word when
いつ yes.
in the form of asking, okay, so obviously it's gonna be used the same way that we use what and where.
はい。
So structurally, it's going to be where the time would be, right?
Probably.
Probably,
yeah.
I'm sure there's always
Yeah.
exceptions. Is there a particle that follows it at all?
No, that's a very good question. Remember we talked about the rules for ni? Normally, with a time phrase or a day or date, you need ni, right? Niji ni ikimasu. I'm gonna go at 2 o'clock. Or 5時半に食べます. gonna eat it at 5:30, right? But, いつ食べますか?
When do you eat?
When do you eat, you don't actually put a particle there at all. If you want to specify the kind of thing you're asking about them eating, you can put the particle that goes with that noun. So for example, if you wanted to change this to いつ朝ごはんを食べますか? Do you use the particle o because that's what asa gohan requires, because it's a noun that's gonna get eaten, right? So it's the direct object of to eat. So いつ朝ごはんを食べますか? In your answer,
Depending on what your answer is.
depending on what your answer is, you may or may not need a ni. So for example, if your answer is 毎日朝ごはんを食べます, right? Breakfast every day. 毎日 doesn't take ni because it's a frequency adverb, right? So those don't take ni. But if you say 毎日6時半に朝ごはんを食べます, then the 6時半 part requires ni. Make sense?
Okay.
So if you want to answer more specifically like that, I eat breakfast at 6:30 in the morning every day, right? Make sense?
Now, what if instead of asking when do you do something, we're asking what do you do at that time? So let's say you're asking, what do you eat every morning?
Okay, so you can say,
Now we're using non instead of
yeah,
eat.
so you can say like my,
Just that particle.
we haven't actually done my asa, I don't think, but that's what it would be for every morning. But if, we can do my nichi for now, because
Okay.
that's a current
Oh,
vocabulary.
vocabulary, yeah.
Yeah, so my nichi,
Would be non-o tabemasu ka?
nani o tabemasu ka?
Nani o
Yeah.
tabemasu ka? So the particle, because
Yeah,
that
so,
particle does carry into the question.
yeah, nani o tabemasu ka? So, yeah, it would help if I spelled it right, wouldn't it?
And the only reason that ni doesn't follow the when question is because the answer may not require it.
And it's just the rule
It's just
that
the rule.
itsu just doesn't take me,
Okay.
okay?
And for-
Nanji does. So if you're specifically asking for
A time.
a time, sorry, let me. Nanji ni asa gohan o tabemasu ka? That's a specific time question rather than a general time question. General, nani. Specific, ni.
Okay.
Make sense? So, 何時に朝ごはんを食べますか? 6時半に食べます. Right? But
Yes.
いつ朝ごはんを食べますか? 6時半に食べます.
That is the same rule for what carry into the where, so it'd be doku de.
Yes. どこで食べますか? Okay.
Where do you eat?
はい。どこで食べますか? Oh, and you could answer with うちで食べます or レストランで食べます 喫茶店で食べます depending on what information you want to convey, right?
Cool.
Okay, and you know, if it's 毎日何を食べますか? 毎日昼ご飯を食べます or a specific food 毎日サラダを食べます I eat salad every day, you know, or 毎日どこで食べますか? Where do you eat every day? 毎日うちで食べます 毎日喫茶店で食べます
We haven't gotten yet to like saying, I eat salad every day for lunch.
Right, the for lunch part is a grammar structure we're not studying.
Okay, that's right, all right.
Yeah, but yeah, good question,
Okay.
to be continued.
Got it. Not gonna push that one.
Yeah. Okay, that's a different grammar structure from a different chapter, but we'll get there next semester.
Cool.
Okay, other questions about what we can do with what we've got thus far?
Yeah, it's just this third chapter with like the extra vocab that we learned opened up like it opened up
Yeah.
so many sentences we can make,
Uh-huh,
but it's just
Yeah.
hard going back to grabbing the vocab from lesson 2 and working it into the new stuff.
Right.
Because it's just a little intimidating because
okay,
of rules and stuff.
right, yeah, so you can do things like, you know, working in doko and nani, which we had in this
Right, that's what I was
chapter,
asking.
right? So that's good, okay? And you can also work in, for example, kore sore are, kono sono ano, and all that stuff. So for example, mainichi kore o tabemasu ka? Do you eat this stuff, whatever this might be, every day, right? Or yoku kono hamburger o tabemasu ka? Do you often eat this type of hamburger? You know,
Cool.
so you can do stuff like that.
Or do you want to eat there?
Yeah, asoko de tabemasen ka? Won't you like to eat over there with me? You know, that's an invitation, right? Asoko de tabemasen ka? Asoko de nomimasen ka? Inviting somebody to go drink over there with you. You know, asoko de ocha o nomimasen ka? Pointing at the Starbucks, right? You can do all those different things. Yeah.
Basically flowing.
Itsu ocha o nomimasu ka? Right? When do you drink tea? Itsu hissaten de ocha o nomimasu ka? When do you drink tea at coffee shops? Right? Tokidoki hissaten de nomimasu.
Would it
Right?
be- would it-
Sometimes I drink at coffee shops.
Would it be just as appropriate instead of asking when do you drink at a coffee shop? Could you say like when do you go to coffee shops?
Yeah, itsu kissaten ni ikimasu ka? When you go to coffee shops.
Well, sometimes on Saturday.
Okay, tokidoki doyobi ni ikimasu. Right?
Sometimes that's it.
Sometimes I go on Saturdays.
Cool.
Yeah, so all those. Or, ammari kissaten ni ikimasen. I don't go to coffee shops all that often. Right?
How about, it's like I go to coffee shops Saturday morning.
So, doyobi no
It would be-
asa.
It would be no, that would be
Yeah,
an article
no.
to describe.
Yes, 土曜日の朝、よく喫茶店に行きます. I often go to coffee shops on Saturday morning.
Okay.
It's not every single Saturday morning, so I put yoku in there.
Sometimes.
So, often.
Often, sorry, often.
Yeah. Yeah, or 時々、土曜日の朝、喫茶店に行きます. Sometimes. Yeah. So those are all variations that you can work with now, right? Okay.
That's all the questions I got, guys.
Yeah. Does that help though? Did everybody feel like they got some clarity on how to use this stuff? Excellent. Let's look at our matome no renshu. By the way, matome means like a summing up. Renshu means practice. So matome no renshu is a practice that sums everything up. Okay? So, マイケルさん、1番を読んでください。So you're just reading the question.
何時に起きますか？
起きますか? Okay. So, 何時に起きますか? What's it asking?
What time do I wake up?
Yes.
Hi, hi.
早い早いですよ。
午前7時に行きます。
起きます。
起きます。
はい
Sorry.。
午前7時に起きます。 That's not so high. 6時に起きます。
Fair enough.
午前7時に起きます。いいですね。じゃあ、and by the way, you can do two sentences like that to answer. 早いですよ is like, it's early. 午前7時に起きます。I wake up at 7.
Yeah,
So,
got a little fear into it. A little
Right,
suspense.
you can put some,
It's early. Huh? Let's listen to find out how early it is.
right, yeah, so you can put more interest into it by adding that kind of commentary sentence along with the factual statement. どうぞ。
どこで勉強しますか？
図書館で勉強します。
はい、いいですね。And here again, if you want to add more color, you could say 時々図書館で勉強します。時々うちで勉強します。That's an example of how you could use two sentences, both with 時々 in them, to indicate that you do both things in fairly equal proportions, you know, or if you want to say where you usually study, you could say 大抵うちで勉強します。or よく LL で勉強します at the language lab. Yeah, LL, language lab. Initials. Yes.
Sounds like you need that language, but-
LL で LL で勉強します。
Sounds like a sound that animal would make.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like onomatopoeia for something, but but that is an abbreviation that is sometimes used. That would be kero kero.
Kero kero.
Yeah, kero kero is the Japanese onomatopoeia for frogs.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is better.
yeah. Okay, じゃあ moving on. どうぞ。
いつテレビを見ますか？
毎晩見ます。
はい、いいですね。毎晩見ます。You could also put a time phrase in there if you wanted to. For example, 毎晩10時頃見ます。Every night at around 10. You know, or different things like that.
Gotcha. She get fancy nuts.
Yeah.
スポーツをしますか？
時々します。
はい、that works. 時々します。はい。
I say sometimes, but not often.
Yeah, 時々します。
Like I guess not often is meaning sometimes, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's with the limited vocabulary we have right now, it's hard to give it that kind of a
That seldom
qualifier that you were
feel.
trying to give
I
it.
gotcha.
So, あまりしません is less frequently than 時々します. So it depends on which range you feel is more appropriate. 時々します sounds like maybe 50-50. You know, 50% of the time you do, so the rest of the time you don't. あまりしません is more like maybe you only do it 20 or 30% of the time, the rest of the time you don't.
Okay.
So it depends on which number you feel is closer to what you mean.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, if I had to put numbers on these, Mainichi of course would be like 100% every day. You know, yoku would be maybe somewhere around 80%. Taite would probably be 90%. Tokidoki is around 50. Amari I'd place somewhere around 20 or 30%. Zenzen is 0 or close to 0.
Both Amari and
Yeah.
Zenzen are
With
followed
the
by
negatives.
negative.
Yes.
Because it's-
Yeah. So like if I say kohi o zenzen nomimasen, it doesn't mean that I've never tasted it in my life. It means that habitually I don't drink coffee, right? Yes, I've tasted it. Yes, I've had a cup occasionally, but it's not something I normally drink. That's what zenzen nomimasen implies. There's another phrase that we'll learn much later
That is like 100%
that allows
no.
you to say that you've never had the experience of doing X.
Cool.
You know, so if there's somebody left in this world who's never tasted coffee in their lives, they could use that phrase.
Neat.
Okay? Okay, so, but zenzen no mimasen is like as a matter of habit. I'd never do that. Yeah, not that you've never experienced it, but that it's just not something you ever do habitually. じゃあ次どうぞ。
週末はどこに行きますか？
Where am I going this weekend?
Well, we're still talking habits here. So, 週末はどこに行きますか is really asking habitually, as a matter of course. What do you normally do, or where do you normally go in this case, on weekends?
So that, okay.
So, like, do you normally stay home? Do you normally go see a movie? Do you normally go to a restaurant? Do you normally go to your friend's house? It's asking for something you habitually do.
So,
Tomodachi no ie directionality. Tomodachi no ie ni ikimasu. Remember the difference between ni and o? Sort of, not exactly? Okay, let's review that, because that's a very important distinction, and I want to make sure everyone's clear on it. Okay, so, Tomodachi no ie. What is Tomodachi no ie? A friend's house, right? Is that an object or a location?
It's a location.
It's a location, right? So when you're traveling to a location, what particle does that require? Ni or right? With the verbs that convey movement toward something. So, ikimasu, right? If you're there right now and you're talking about going there again tomorrow, you could use kimasu, right? If you got kicked out of your house and you're living with your friend right now, you could use kaerimasu, right? Because you live there. Okay, so he's your roommate now, because your parents get you out. So, tomodachi no ie ni kaerimasu would be returning to your friend's house because you're living there. Not going there for the 50th time because you go there a lot. That would still be ikimasu or kimasu, depending on your perspective. But if you're actually living at your friend's house now because you guys decided to be roommates, then it would be kaerimasu. Make sense? Okay, so those are the three destination verbs that we've studied. There are others that we're not learning right now. Okay, but right now those are the only three destination verbs you have. So if you're going someplace, it's going to be particle ni or e with one of these three verbs. Make sense?
That question doesn't really get a whole lot of options for answers according to our
Shumatsu wa
vocabulary.
well, shumatsu wa doku ni ikimasu ka? You could say tomodachi no ie ni ikimasu, uchi ni kaerimasu, restaurant ni ikimasu. You can also add frequency adverbs here. Yoku tomodachi no ie ni ikimasu. Tomodachi no ie de terebi game wo shimasu. You know what terebi game is?
Video game?
Hi. Hi.
What is Shimatsu?
Shumatsu. Oh, who remembers shumatsu?
Weekend.
Weekend, yes. So it's asking where do you go on weekends,
That's what I'm
right?
saying, like,
So
can't go to the bank,
shumatsu-
Can't go to the post office. There's plenty of stuff on the weekend that I do.
Well, 週末に映画を見ます. That could be a possible answer. What do you do on weekends? I watch movies, right?
Is it asking what or where?
Well, it's asking where do you go, but we don't have the word for movie theater yet.
Right.
So you can answer with a different verb in some cases. So, どこに行きますか? 映画を見ます. 時々映画を見ます. Something like that. Sometimes I watch movies. どこで映画を見ますか? Where do you watch your movies? Viera de 見ます. In Viera. Or, Oaks de 見ます. At the Oaks. You can do stuff like that. So you have to think a little bit creatively sometimes to
Sure.
find a way to say something that doesn't feel like the same sentence you've already written 20 times. But it is possible to give some variety in here, even with our limited vocabulary up to this point. Okay, じゃあ次の質問をどうぞ。
朝何を食べますか？
朝ごはんを食べます。
はい、朝ごはんを食べます. That works. What do you eat in the mornings? Breakfast. Duh. If you want to get creative again with that answer, which vocabulary words for food do we know? Not a lot. アイスクリームを食べます. Okay. Yeah, healthy diet. Right. I think we may have had pan, bread. Am I right? So
Pan is bread.
Pan is bread. Katakana. Pan. Have we had that one or not yet?
Yeah, so that's Spanish. Japanese or no?
Pan.
Oh, you're saying pan, Spanish for bread as well?
食べます. Yes. Well, who do you think they got bread from? Spain and Portugal. Because they were the first Europeans to get to Japan.
Italian too.
Pan no tabemasu. Yeah, because before Japan had contact with Europe, they didn't have bread. They had gohan, rice. So if you're eating traditional Japanese breakfast, you could say tokidoki gohan o tabemasu. Sometimes I eat rice. Tokidoki sakana o tabemasu. Sakana, fish. That's part of a traditional Japanese breakfast. Right? Yasai o tabemasu. Eat vegetables for breakfast, sure. So you can use any of the food words you want to answer these kinds of questions as well. If you don't want to just say the name of the meal that you eat, you could say the name of a food that you eat. And it works the same way structurally. Okay? We just don't have a whole lot of breakfast foods in our vocabulary yet.
We have osake, we have ice cream.
Okay, here's another fun one.
Breakfast.
Tosto.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, really. So, yeah, if you know your katakana
Well, I guess they didn't have bread,
vocabulary.
they didn't have toast, right?
Right, exactly. So, tosto. Yeah. Now, another thing that's a common Western breakfast item that they did have already in Japanese. Tamago. Right? Eggs.
Tamago?
Tamago. Yeah, tama literally means something round like a ball, and go means
The language of the...
child. So round baby.
I could have lived my whole life without that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young creativity, those are the best.
I no longer want egg.
Yeah. Japanese farmers are pretty earthy. They're not too shy about the fact that they're dealing with animals, so.
Already
Could
grown
have
babies.
could have been worse.
Yeah.
Eggs, he wants eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's an interesting one when you translate literally, huh? And then there are some interesting dishes that
Oh, I
have
bet.
related names, like oyakodon Donburi is the rice dishes that come in a bowl where you've got a bowl full of rice and then something on top that goes with rice. Well, the one called Oya called Don is literally parent-child rice bowl. Guess what it is?
An egg on a
Chicken and
chicken?
egg. Seriously.
Wow, that's dark.
Yeah.
But I always thought my brother was joking when he said that was a thing.
That's a real thing.
Oh my
Oya
God.
called
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to
It's-
Japan one
It's
day.
literally chicken and scrambled egg.
I'm gonna go to
Chicken
Japan.
and fried egg.
I'm gonna be a vegetarian.
I think I'm gonna go to Japan one day and just sit there and stare at it like.
Yeah, well, and there are, yeah, this grosses some people out, so I'll warn you now, so you don't order it if you don't want this to happen. But there are places where, when you get oyakodon, some places the egg is cooked, some places it's actually just cracked over the hot food, and
think I know
where
the
it's
going.
heat from
I think I know
the
where this is
other
going.
food is all the cooking it's getting.
Yeah. How do you get egg drop soup? It's the same thing. You're just
Yeah.
dropping an egg right in there.
Right, well, but that's a higher temperature, so it cooks it more thoroughly.
That's fine.
So anyway, moving on. So asa nani o tabemasu ka? Yeah, if you really like, you know, ice cream o tabemasu, that works. You know,
Breakfast champion.
banana o tabemasu. You know, banana is a good katakana word for you. Banana, tomato. You know, so there are a lot of Western foods that are katakana based words. So
When was can you give me just one date of like when katakana kind of came into existence? Because then that tells me every word that's in katakana, the Japanese didn't have until that time.
well, no, that's not the way to know, because the convention of using katakana for foreign loan words dates to post-World War II.
Gotcha.
Katakana existed 4,000 years before that, almost. But they didn't start using it specifically for foreign loan words until after World War II. So certain words that are older than that in the language aren't necessarily written in katakana, even though by today's rules they should be. Certain ones never really got converted over.
Cool. Okay.
Okay?
So it was kind of like two hiraganas.
Yeah, so katakana and hiragana were less clearly distinguished from one another in classical Japanese. They were more intermixed and
It was like
intertwined, and
region-based.
it was hard to pin down what rules anybody was following about why they were using one versus the other.
So it was kind of just based on where you were born.
I don't know if it was regional necessarily.
Okay.
Both were
I just
used
remember-
by everyone.
I just remember you saying it was developed in the mountains.
Well, one was developed in the mountains surrounding Kyoto, and the other was developed in the valley by the nobility. But that was only in the early developmental stages. Later, after
As
that,
far
the
as
two
usage.
were just hybrid,
Okay.
you know,
So you can
mixed.
see like a hiragana next to a katakana day.
Sometimes,
Something like that.
yeah, possibly. Yeah, sometimes they might have even been intermixed in the same word, which is not as common anymore unless it's a word that actually is a hybrid of a Japanese origin and a foreign origin fused together.
Yeah, like
There
an
are a few
American
of them.
name with some.
Yeah. There are some cases of that still. Okay, so asa nani o tabemasu ka? Toast o tabemasu, or pan o tabemasu, or ice cream o tabemasu, or osake o nomimasu, or whatever you want to say. Kohi o nomimasu, ocha o nomimasu, right? Keiki o tabemasu, there you go. Healthy breakfast. Shiriaru o tabemasu. Okay. So let's ask the next question. Nanaban, dozo. Whose turn was it? Dozo. So Konban, okay, you asked him what he eats for breakfast and he answered something, right? So,
こんばん何をしますか
はい。 notice the time difference here. We've shifted from habit questions like asa nani o tabemasu ka, which is in general what do you eat in the mornings, right? Versus konban, tonight, right? Nani o shimasu ka, what are you gonna do?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, got one, hold on. Didn't read it. Anime o mimasu.
はい、いいですね。アニメを見ます。There you go. Everyone got that one? Right? Okay. Or, you know, again, lots of different options exist, right? 今晩、日本語を勉強します。That's my favorite. I always wanted to hear that one. Yeah, that kind of goes with the theme, right? アニメを見ます。はい、いい練習ですね。はい、いい練習です。Good practice.
And then I'll read it.
はい、どうぞ。
毎晩何時頃寝ますか？
はい、back to habits.
午前1時頃
寝ます。
寝ます。
Yeah, you finish with the verb. Okay?
We don't
Yeah.
know that's late yet, but that is quite high.
はい。So that, but that works. 毎晩何時頃寝ますか？午前1時頃寝ます。So around 1 a.m. Okay? And note that for now, we're always finishing our sentences with a verb. The reason for that is we're still working with formal structures, right? And we're still learning. So I want everybody to practice applying the rules consistently, right? Later, when we get into more casual speech, you'll start learning how to drop things that are often dropped in slang. Okay, but right now we're not doing slang, we're doing more formal speech, which is appropriate for the stranger that you talk to in the train station, or the person that you stop on the street to ask for directions. Sumimasen, departo wa doko desu ka? Where's the department store, right? Or sumimasen, o tearai wa doko desu ka? O tearai wakarimasu ka? Or toire wa doko desu ka? Probably the most important question you need to know how to ask before you get to Japan, right?
Definitely the one we use the most frequently.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, does everybody feel like they understand how to ask and answer these kinds of questions? Right? Okay. So, let's look at part B. I'm going to let Katie-san read the little paragraph. It's like 3 sentences. That's a very short paragraph.
It's an average paragraph. 今日は1時頃昼ご飯を食べます。
はい。
3時に図書館で日本語を勉強します。
はい。
6時頃家に帰ります。
はい、いいですね。So does everybody kind of get what that little paragraph was saying?
I have a question about the structure of the paragraph.
Okay.
Today,
はい。
why is that particle after it?
Ah, very good question. 今日は1時頃昼ご飯を食べます。Normally, You don't need a particle after kyo, right? You could alter this sentence to say kyo, comma, 1時頃昼ご飯を食べます and it's still correct. The wa there is kind of highlighting that you're talking about today, what you're going to do today. So today, emphasis, hear the emphasis? Today, I'll eat lunch at 1 o'clock. Maybe you normally eat lunch at 12, but today in particular, you're eating lunch at 1. You've changed your plan. So sometimes it indicates that sort of a contrast. Today in particular, I'm doing this. Maybe it's not my normal habit, but today this is what I'm doing. Okay? Or it could just be sort of highlighting the fact that this paragraph that you're starting is talking about your plans for today. So it's one or the other of those. Okay? Does that help?
Just kind of like one of those rules.
Yeah. So anytime you've got a time phrase that normally does not take a particle, so kyo, ashita, kino is yesterday. We're going to get that one next chapter because they're going to teach us past tense next chapter. But phrases like that, mainichi, normally no particle, right? If you want to put the emphasis that this is the topic, kyo wa 1時に昼ご飯を食べます or 明日は私の誕生日です tomorrow is my birthday. Not any other day, but tomorrow specifically. You know, those kinds of things, you can use the wa where it normally would not take a particle to give it that sort of emphasis and weight in your sentence. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
If I want to make it less emphasis, I can just say like, today, just not put it in
Yeah,
there.
you can just leave the wa out. It very often gets replaced by a comma if you're leaving it out.
Okay.
Okay, so you could just say, 今日1時頃昼ご飯を食べます. You can hear that in that case, usually there is a pause after 今日, which would be why you would write it with comma, right? Okay, and then you'll note that the 今日 does not get repeated. The 今日は doesn't need to be repeated because everything else that follows is still talking about your plans for today, right? Same thing for like 週末はどこに行きますか? Question number 5 in that previous section. That wa for 週末は is because you're highlighting on the weekends, where do you go? 週末はどこに行きますか? You don't have to put the wa there. You can say 週末どこに行きますか? Where do you go on weekends? But 週末はどこに行きますか is more like, where do you go on weekends?
Like only on the weekend.
Only on the weekends. I'm not asking you what you do on Thursday and Friday. I'm asking you
Right.
specifically, what do you do on weekends?
Gotcha.
Make sense? Okay. So any of these phrases that had the comma after them, asa, 何を食べますか? If you wanted to put that stronger emphasis, you could say, 朝は何を食べますか? What do you eat specifically in the mornings? You know, 今晩は何をしますか? What are you doing tonight in particular? Okay. Now, the my phrases usually don't take wa. So, maiban, mainichi, mayasa, those normally would not take wa. They're already getting a different kind of emphasis because they're the every.
Right.
Every
Happening
week, every day, every whatever.
So it's already of normal frequency, so it
Right.
would be.
So there's no wa there because there's no way to give that extra emphasis. You're already
Right.
saying every time what do you
Every
do.
can't be more or less. It's
Yeah.
just every.
It's just every, yeah. Okay,
I guess more emphasis
So-
on something, emphasize.
yeah.
Doing
So
that.
yeah, that wa, when you put wa where normally you would not put a particle, or sometimes you'll see wa replace the particle that normally should go there. That what that's doing is that's putting greater emphasis on that particular thing, that you're taking it out of its accustomed spot and making it the subject.
Can you give us an example of that?
Um, like, スポーツはしますか? Do you do sports in particular? You know, so maybe you know the person is athletic and you know they're into dance, but you're not sure if they play sports too. So, スポーツはしますか? What about sports? Do you do that too? You know, it gives it a little different emphasis, because normally it would be スポーツをしますか? Do you play sports? Okay.
Okay.
But if you've been having this whole long conversation about how this person is really into dance and they go out dancing all the time and they train in gymnastics, but you're wondering, you know, they look like the kind of person who'd also be good at baseball and soccer. スポーツはしますか?
So
Do you
it's,
do that too?
it's almost like in that context, if you said, oh, instead, would it almost be kind of like for a split second, no, I just told you I do dance. So if
Maybe.
it's law, it's a little bit,
It gives it that, what about this?
right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, so it's kind of that what about kind of
right.
feel to the question. You know, which you've encountered with sentences that don't finish the question, like お名前は? And your name is? What about your name? お名前は? Right? It's giving it that emphasis, that strength of, I'm asking in particular about your name. You know? Okay. So, let's see, if we've got time,
6 minutes.
we've got 6 minutes, okay. So, does anybody else feel like coming up with a sentence like that about something they habitually do? It doesn't have to be 3 sentences, it could be 1 or 2 sentences.
I'll give
Anybody
you-
want to
I'll give you
volunteer? Dozo.
I've been working on it real quick. Okay, so you know how you can mix daigaku and gakusei into daigakusei?
Hi.
Can I mix konban and ban gohan into tonight's dinner? Konban gohan?
I don't know that I've ever heard it done, so I'd have to say maybe not. Konban no gohan, I think would work. Konban no gohan, but I think that maybe just too many things fused together. I've never heard that used. Konban no gohan or kyo no ban gohan.
Okay. Polish this up.
Okay. Did somebody else want to do it while we're waiting, or just
I got it.
okay?
I know what the rest of it's
Ready?
gonna say,
Okay.
I think.
Dozo.
Kyo, gakko ni ikimasu. 4時
Yoji.
4時に帰ります。今晩晩ご飯を食べます。
はい。
Yeah?
いいですね。
Work?
Works.
Cool.
はい。マイコさん、you wanna?
Now you see why when I ran into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice there.
Go go shichiji. Shimasu. 勉強します。いいですね。So 今日午後7時に日本語の本を勉強します。That
Studying
works.
Japanese book at 7?
Yep. はい。
Could I say, I'll study a little, could I say
very good. That's another frequency adverb that we hadn't worked with yet. Chotto benkyou shimasu. I'm going to study a little bit. Okay, so something like that you could put into a sentence also, like honban nihongo o chotto benkyou shimasu. Tonight I'm going to study Japanese a little bit. Maybe you're not planning to spend hours and hours on it, but you're going to spend some time. That works. Good example. Any other questions about how these work? So, let's see, what's our schedule say? I'm trying to remember.
Our test is Tuesday.
Okay, so we've got one more class. So on Thursday in here, I want us to try to do some of these activities. I think I've got a little activity sheet for Thursday where you each get like a sheet with a bunch of activities that hopefully you can figure out how to ask about, and you can go around and ask people like, Fransugo o kanashimasu ka? Do you speak French? If they say yes, you can write their name down. If they say no, try to find somebody else who might say yes to that question. And you try to get as many of the little boxes filled in with a classmate's name as you can in a limited amount of time. So everybody will have like a certain amount of time, and you'll all just be milling around asking each other questions in Japanese until you can see how many of those you can get.
Does that mean you don't want us to write that down in our homework? since we're
No,
doing that
I
in
want you to
class?
practice it for homework,
Oh, and still,
and then in
okay.
class, it'll be more of a speaking activity, so
Gotcha.
it'll be good to do both.
Okay.
The other thing I want us to do in class on Thursday is to be able to do some of the kanji section reading stuff. So try to get that homework completed so that in class you're not stumbling all over yourself when I ask you to do a particular question, because we're going to try to do some of these in class. Hi, arigato. So we'll try to do some of the katakana, oh, not the katakana, that's lesson 2. We'll try to do some of the numbers practice and read the little paragraph and stuff like that in class on Thursday. Okay? And if you get your essay written, that would be good too, because I'm going to ask a couple of volunteers to read out a little bit of their writing practice essay. And yes, that is part of the homework to do that writing practice. Hi. 頑張ってください。Right, you just go in and you sign in and you sign out when you leave so that you get credit.
What if by the end of the semester I don't have all of my hours?
No, let's do 1:30. Then we'll get here at around noon.
Those hours.
Study for JPI. I just
How
need
many
a
did
lot.
I need again?
16.
So 1:30 is solid. Earlier lunch. Is it possible for Jake to sign up for OPIs for next Tuesday? Right now, just
Oh,
reserve a time.
sure, yeah, let me find a sheet because,
We have a system, and we have a specific golden time that we like to have.
aha, and you want to make sure you get that time
We want to
slot.
lock it in. We want to lock it in.
Okay, there you go.
Awesome.
Go ahead and write, let's see, next Tuesday's date is going to be, let's see, today.
5th, 4th, 3rd? Maybe one of those.
Hold on a second, let's see, Tuesday is going to be
Put Jacob
Fifth.
P. Put Jacob. I'm assuming Jake goes by Jake. Put it just.
well, put the P just in case, it helps.
Maybe like Hunter in the class.
Hi. Okay.
It's my pencil. You giving her my pencil?
So,
What else? we're locking it in early.
They wanted to make sure they got their time slot that they like, so, yeah.
Planning ahead.
I
Living the
come
dream.
very.
How's your spring break?
Well, yeah, I stopped by
That
the
sucks. I
Japanese
took
store
off work.
and,
And I went to Charleston,
unfortunately,
South
my
Carolina.
brother is
I've been to Charleston,
kind of
it's nice.
When
eating
did
a lot
when
of
did
it, but.
why? When did you
I
go?
went twice, and it was for, I went to one of the campuses, the college campuses.
College Charleston.
Crap, what?
Okay,
I don't remember it. We
we
did
had
a church
only
thing, I'm
four
not
of these
involved
left,
anymore,
even though I
but
set
at the time,
aside
it was like a
8.
camp.
Oh yeah, you like it?
I have
Really
assorted
fun.
walnuts
It's really nice there too, it's really pretty.
that
Yeah, my sister
got
lives there,
crushed
so
when my
I've
cat
been there,
tried to
like,
sit in the
It's
bag.
my second home.
No,
My
of course your
girlfriend
cat
is
doesn't
going there
sit
twice
in the
now,
back.
and she's
I
like,
love cats.
she wants to
And
move
it
there, so I'm
seems
not
that
gonna
the
go.
box
Anyway,
of
alright,
caramels
good talking to you.
has come
Bye.
out, but, oh,
Be safe,
wait,
it's
there's one
storming.
more, but I
Okay,
don't
try,
know.
don't forget.
That's okay.
That's the sakura flavor, this is red bean chestnut, this is, this is like.
Oh, I like the chestnut kind.
This is like salted, this is yuzu, this is the red bean.
It's so cute, I wanted to just.
What are they? Can I have the chestnut one?
Think of it as like, think of it as like jelly in the middle of like if a cake cone was made out of mochi. Like it's like the flaky wafery like texture of the cake cone almost.
What's that?
This is
Milky
like
blend.
ganache bits, green tea ganache bits. So I've already had enough singly, but if any of you want.
Oh, those are Sunday? I love those. You just cut? You don't know, it's like one. I love these guys.
So cute.
I used to go through so many of these in my host family's house.
This makes our day so much better. Oh, it's so cute. Look at it. It's such a perfect cute. Oh, that's good. I like this a lot. Getting me honest, it kind of tastes like mochi.
That's the sakura flavored one.
Which store did you go to?
Just a small like mom and pop import shop in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this so I know what it looks like so I can get it. Really like it.
Yeah, I've only found those ones in the assorted bags that they only stock in the spring. Understand?
Let's see if I can buy them online.
Probably, yeah. These are
I want to
pretty
make it green,
much,
and then you heat it, and it looks like it's new, but it's green tea. I love when green things are green tea instead of mint. Makes me so happy. I like mint tea. Well, thank you so much. This makes like
Yeah.
the best.
What's your problem?
Grandma's taking care of us.
I was planning on doing it last semester, but like I just couldn't get to that side of town at any point last semester.
I'm gonna buy a sushi. Does anyone like, does everyone like sushi? Sushi?
Yeah, like bringing it from work or.
Yeah, I was gonna bring some
Oh,
from work.
nice.
I'm gonna buy like maybe like 5 rolls, and we can all like, maybe like 5 of our like really good ones. And
Okay.
then like Monster, maybe like Super Crunch, and then the good ones, and then get a bunch of them, and then I can like bring you guys all utensils and stuff, and we can eat them before the exam or after the exam. Probably before, so it doesn't go like before it doesn't go bad, but.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I've never actually had it.
Oh, yeah? Oh, cool. So
I'm a bit of a picky eater.
Yeah.
And our
Have you
Monster
done
roll
it?
is probably our most popular, it's really good.
Yeah.
If you like
Yeah,
avocado? Avocado was a secret one. Okay.
To be honest, I've never had that either.
Alright, it's got avocado, cream cheese, and shrimp tempura and crab, and then eel sauce and spicy mayo on top.
That
Really good.
sounds delicious. I want one of those.
That's the monster roll. My schedule is really fricked up next week, so I don't know if I'm gonna be late to class or if I'm gonna make it to class and stuff because it's tech week next week.
Oh,
Especially in
yes.
Seattle.
and I'm playing synth.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the head.